Hey guys, Red Chopsticks here. Let's talk about zombies. I love zombies. Ever since I caught a late night showing of George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, I have been a huge fan. And I can tell you that I am not the only one. We all love zombies and they appear everywhere. In movies, books, toys, television shows, shirts, there's even a zombie bottle opener. Yeah, that's a thing. And of course, in video games. Lots and lots of them. What many people are saying overused, zombie video games are everywhere, and when the zombie apocalypse happens,
and it will,
I'll be ready for it, and I'm counting down the top 10 zombie games. But if you want to survive this list, you're going to have to follow a few rules. First off, in order to count as a zombie, they first must come after your brain or your flesh. Just saying it's a reanimated corpse does not count alone. They want to eat your flesh or your brain. Second, I'm looking at the whole franchise, not just one, since some zombie games are a franchise all by themselves, and it wouldn't be fair putting so many from the same franchise on this list. And finally, I'm not looking at any mods or any minigames with zombies. Zombies have to have somewhat of a main focus in this game, not just a last minute add-on. So that means no mini zombie game from Saints Row 2, and in case you haven't figured it out, that means no Nazi zombies.
Let's start a riot, let's start a riot.
Yes, I know what some people are going to say. It's the only reason why I bought Call of Duty. I only bought this game because I heard zombies were in it. Call of Duty sucks. Here's the thing, in order to get to the zombies, you have to play through the whole campaign in order to get to them. The main focus of this game is still a Call of Duty game. Now, if Nazi Zombies was its own standalone game, maybe it could have made it on this list. But since that's not the case, it doesn't. With that said, let's get started. Load up your shotguns and check around those corners. These are the top 10 zombie games. Resident Evil. We start off this list with perhaps the most well-known zombie game, Resident Evil, one of my favorite franchises. From its very beginnings, Resident Evil has always placed you in an area that makes you feel completely alone against the hordes of zombies, monsters, and other things, with the company name Umbrella as the masterminds behind the outbreaks. With a mixture of puzzles and actions, Resident Evil still continues to this day. Now if this is a famous zombie game, why is it on top of the list? Well, around 2004, Resident Evil 4 came out and stopped using zombies, rather placed the main focus on the virus and bioterrorism, which granted was also in the older games with the different monsters and the different viruses. It just so happened that the outcome happened to be zombies. They tried to go back to zombies with Resident Evil 6, but still gave bioterrorism a major focus. It's hard to say whether or not the franchise will go back to zombies, but until then, we still have the older games. My personal favorite is Resident Evil 2. A great balance of both action and puzzle solving, a great location of the zombie city, and the introduction to Leon S. Kennedy and Claire Redfield.
Ah, Claire Redfield. Moving on.
Left 4 Dead. If you want to see who would make a good team against the zombies and who would get you killed, this is your game. Left 4 Dead is a first-person shooter where the green flu outbreak happened. The game follows Zoe, Bill, Rose, and Francis as they survive the hordes, and I do mean hordes, of zombies. This game is just fun at times. It's got those fast zombies, which I'm not a fan of, but that's okay, dozens of weapons to pick up from axes to firearms, and tons of zombies. Even if you didn't play the game, you have at least heard these different kinds of zombies. The boomer, the hunter, the smoker, the witch, and the tanks, and that's just Left 4 Dead 1. Then came out Left 4 Dead 2, where they added even more weapons and more zombies while still having fun. I will admit this game is not as much fun playing by yourself. Even if you have friends, you have to make sure that they don't get killed, or get you killed, or go it alone Rambo style. On the plus side, you will know who your greatest team members are, and who you can call bait.
What? They're gonna die anyway. Might as well make them useful.
Dead Island. I think everybody got really hyped when they saw the trailer for this game, and when it finally came out, it wasn't exactly what we thought it was going to be. What we got was an open world map fighting off all the zombies. On a tropical island, all the residents become flesh-eating zombies, as 4 survivors find out that they're immune to the zombie outbreak and are guided by a voice to make it out alive. Dead Island is very unique for having very few firearms available in the game, making that saying "make every bullet count" mean much more. Most if not all zombie games have a fair mix of guns and blades. Dead Island has a much stronger focus on close range combat, which can make you kinda nervous doing against a horde of zombies. This game also combines RPG elements like leveling up and a skill tree as well, which is very interesting to play with. I wonder if they'll ever open this tropical island again, with all the zombies being a huge thing. They could advertise it and market it for zombie lovers. Come to our island, we have blunt objects and tons of zombies. It could work. Stubz the Zombie. You ever notice that when you ever play a zombie game, you never see the perspective of a zombie? Well, Stubz the Zombie gives you that perspective, in a 1950s version of the future setting. Look! A hover car! Being a zombie, your main goal is to create an army of zombies to attack the city while attempting to have revenge. This is a very interesting take on a zombie game, playing as a zombie rather than shooting them. You get to create chaos, eat people's brains, form your own army of the dead, and use your organs as bombs. This game is also funny as well with its interesting humor.
Good morning, officers!
Good morning, Pump Bud.
Killer up?
Yeah, but make it snappy.
Okie dokie, 1 tank of extra leaded coming right up.
I'm not sure I have enough cash to cover
Oh, never you mind, sir. It's on the house.
Oh, there's no need for that.
Oh, it's my pleasure, officers. My pleasure.
Good night, everybody.
I'm kinda surprised that no one's ever heard of this game before. I wonder why. Oh, that's right, it's on Xbox. That answers a lot. Zombie U. When the Wii U came out, one of the first games to come out for it was Zombie U, perhaps the closest thing to a realistic zombie apocalypse. That's saying a lot. Playing as a random person in London during an outbreak, it is up to you to live as you're guided by a third voice. Unlike other games, Zombie U does act like how the apocalypse might play out. Your objective is to live and survive the apocalypse while gathering supplies, but be careful, just because you're looking at a case doesn't mean that time stops, so always check your surroundings and whatever you do, don't get bit. One bite and that's it, you're dead. But that doesn't mean it's game over. Once you're dead, you play as a different person and the first thing you have to do is go back to where you died and pick up the supplies to help out. Zombie U can be very fun and an interesting scenario to see how well you would survive. If you haven't tried this game yet, give it a shot. With a great setting, difficult zombies to kill, and a good use of the Wii Pad, Zombie U is a very fun and a traditional survival horror game. It's got its problems, but it's still fun. Plants vs. Zombies. Quite an odd title. I mean, what good do plants have against the army of the undead? Well, in this game, quite a lot. When a horde of zombies appear and they want your brains, you only have one way to defend yourself. Using a garden, the best defense against zombies.
What, you don't see the strategic value of having a garden as a defense? What would you use a garden for? To harvest vegetables or consume them for nutritional value? You guys are morons.
This is simple to understand and tons of fun. As a horde of zombies come after you, you must use sunflowers, pea pods, walnuts, and several other plants to fight off the dead, and place them strategically as they invade. Not only does this game have very unique sentient plants, don't ask, but this game also has very unique zombies. Besides the normal zombies, you also got zombies that are football players, shield zombies, Zamboni zombies, pole vault zombies, even got a disco zombie. Now, out of all the different zombies we have, when was the last time you saw, let alone say the words disco zombie in one sentence? Really think about it.
Shake your groove thing, yeah, yeah. Show 'em how we do it now.
Also, these zombies are very unique for eating the plants before getting to your brains. Since when do zombies eat vegetables? Is that how zombies are raised now? Do you have to eat your veggies before getting to the brains?
Brains. Brains. No brains till eat peas. Hate peas. You eat peas or no join horde.
Oh, and in case you're wondering how I feel about the new Garden Warfare spin-off that they did, wow. Just wow. They'll make anything into a shooter, won't they? House of the Dead. When it comes to railgun shooting zombie games, House of the Dead is perhaps the king of them. And yes, there's quite a lot of them. Playing as an agent who is sent off to investigate a situation that affects a town, it's different for each game, but it always seems to lead to zombies. and other monsters, but mostly zombies. House of the Dead is pretty simple to understand. Take a gun, shoot the zombies, and don't die. And please don't shoot the civilians. This game also has very interesting voice acting.
How could anyone do this?
I don't want to die!
My God. I have made a creature to rule over mankind. This is the final battle.
I can't tell. Are they trying or did they give up? The House of the Dead series is fun, but most well known is the spin-off titles, such as Typing of the Dead, which makes you kill the dead while improving your typing. Off topic, can you add that to a resume? Saying that you can type so fast because of zombies? And then there are the overkill zombie games, giving that overall grindhouse feel to the game, which is very nice. And here's a fun little drinking game for you. Take a shot every time Washington here swears.
Fucking motherfucking shit, man. Bitch. Shit, man. Shit. Fucking asshole.
Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Perhaps the most lighthearted zombie game, Zombies Ate My Neighbors is still a really fun co-op zombie game. As the title states, zombies are out and they are trying to eat your neighbors, so it is up to you to save them with the greatest zombie weapon of all, the water gun.
Be sure to add water guns to zombie kit. Oh, don't mind me, I'm just updating my zombie survival kit. At this rate, I'm gonna outlive everyone.
But that's not all. Along with the water gun, you also use soda pop cans, bazookas, tomatoes, and popsicle sticks. As you roam around houses, shopping malls, and much more, your job is to save as many people as you can from the jaws of the zombies and other monsters, such as vampires, evil dolls, a giant baby, don't ask, but mostly zombies. This game also features what I call the dumbest people in the zombie apocalypse ever. There are zombies literally coming out of the ground and they want to eat people, and they still have time to hang around the pool and barbecue? There's even a bunch of tourists still taking pictures. Why? Did they read a billboard that said that they feature zombies? How about this teacher? Zombies are coming after you. I'm fighting them with a water gun to save your ass, and you're still giving me an F? Who gives Fs during the middle of a zombie apocalypse?
F's for everybody!
Dead Rising. Most if not all zombie games have the same formula for killing zombies. Knives, guns, all the boring things. Why can't I play a game that allows me to use my giant stuffed teddy bear wielding a light machine gun blasting 400 rounds into the army of the undead while wearing my best Sunday hat and dress? Okay, maybe the hat's going too far, but still, why? Not in the Dead Rising games, where imagination is the best weapon. Zombies are walking among us and you are trapped inside a shopping mall full of zombies. Mostly. You must survive while saving others trapped within the mall, while fighting off the zombies and the psychopaths, and uncover the truth. This is a zombie fan's heaven. You have so many ways of killing zombies. Oh sure, you got guns, axes, but you also have tables, swords and shields, giant dice, drums, wheelchairs, and much more. And when Dead Rising 2 came out, they added combination weapons, making it so much fun to kill. A wheelchair hooked up to a battery, boxing glove taped with knives, paddle with chainsaws. You can even kill the zombies with the power of rock! This one doesn't make any sense, but who cares? It's awesome! Dead Rising is fun. Great characters, tons and tons of zombies, interesting psychopaths, mostly. And if you're still not convinced, one word. Lightsaber. That is all. And the #1 zombie video game is, say it with me, The Walking Dead Survivor Int... What?!
No, not that one! How could anyone think that one? Put the other one on! The good one! Telltale's The Walking Dead.
I know this seems like the obvious answer, but there's no denying that this is the best zombie video game. Based off the comics of the same name, The Walking Dead tosses you at the beginning of the zombie apocalypse, and it is up to you to survive while dealing with the human problems that come up with it. This game is well known for many reasons. One is the story. Most if not all zombie games feature a story that either starts at the spread of the virus, or when the virus has been around for a long time. This game will show you the start of it and show you how the world changes very slowly, rather than leaping, oh say, 10 years. The next thing is this little girl named, oh dear god, I want to hug her, why can't I hug her, dear god, she needs a hug right now, I just want to hug her, please let me hug her. Clementine. Now I should note that a little girl has been done in a zombie game before, but Clementine is much different. One, Clementine is the cutest character you will ever meet. Everything she does is just plain cute.
Daddy said it's called a salt lick.
Yeah, but don't lick it. It's gross.
Did you lick it?
I don't know.
I don't think so. He's just always blaming me for stuff.
Like what?
Putting a bug on his pillow?
Did you do that?
Yes.
Cute, cute, oh, isn't she cute, cute, cute.
Another thing is that she always learns from you, and the fact that your actions will shape her in this new world. And this brings up a fair question. How do you raise a little girl in the zombie apocalypse? Do you keep her naive and shut her out? Do you force her to grow up and be a killer to this world? Or do you tell her the truth and teach her skills to keep her alive while still being a human? And she still learns from your actions. Your choices will help her survive, which, speaking of which, the next thing that everybody knows about this game is the choices you have to make. Oh god, the choices you have to make! At certain parts of the game, you have to make a big choice that affects the story's outcome. Now, you make several small choices in the game when you have conversations, but there are really tough choices in this game. There's no clear-cut answer on the right choice, especially your first time playing. What would you do if you only had a split second to make a choice? Who would you save and who would you leave behind? Who do you kill and who do you show mercy to? And what secrets do you keep from others and what comes out? There is no positive right answer in this game. People can debate on who's worth more saving or what choices are better, but there is no true answer. With only a couple seconds to make a choice and all the pressure that's added to you, you will make many choices that you will later on regret. But this adds to the game's replayability. Also, be sure to toss out your emotions because this game will hurt your heart so much. At one point, it will shatter. You will either hate this game because you had to make this tough choice, or you'll be sobbing because you had to make those tough choices. With great characters, a good story, and so many different outcomes to the game, Telltale's The Walking Dead is the best zombie video game, and the best zombie experience you'll ever find. Seriously, this game will make your heart shatter at one point. I should know! It always happens.
I could while away the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head I'd be scratching while my thoughts were busy hatching if I only had a brain. I'd unravel every riddle for any individual.